The Talking Leeds podcast, match reaction with Arron Marshall and Gerry McNamee.
Hello and welcome to Talking Leeds Plus another match reaction with myself, Arron Marshall, and Mr. Gerry McNamee. Did you like the little voice over there, Gerry?
That was good, yeah. You got my name right and everything, yes.
Yeah. We're growing up in the world. Very upmarket.
It always helps when I forget my name. Yeah, sometimes at my age I do, yeah.
Well, we're back, Gerry. It was the final pre-season game of the season. Leeds won, AC Milan won yesterday. I was watching it on the telly, very jealous. But yeah. I did have a can of Guinness whilst watching it, so I was there in spirit. But you were there live at the Aviva.
Yeah.
Talk us through it, Gerry, because I've seen all the posts on social media. I watched it live. I was envious to hell yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I'd more than one Guinness, I'll tell you that. It was a very unhealthy weekend as far as food and drink is concerned. But it wasn't just a football match. This was a big event, a big occasion. A weekend in Dublin. It was 50,000. It was said sold out. The game was sold out. So the Aviva's 50,000. I couldn't see many empty seats. And I flew from Liverpool on Friday morning, and there was smattering of Leeds fans. I first of all went down to hometown Dundalk, which is about an hour north. Took in the League of Ireland. Dundalk won 6-1. That was a good start. A couple of Leeds fans around, and then went on the train yesterday morning. Except it turned out to be a bus because the train had broken down. So I was on a bus with a load of goths who were going to a fancy dress. Don't ask me why. I don't know. It was a weird start to the day. And when you land in Dublin, there was just Leeds fans everywhere, just strolling, wandering around. And as you got to the ground, there was a pub where I arranged to meet a few of the lads I know at Elland Road. But from every corner of Ireland, north, south, east, and west, there was Leeds fans there. And the Camden is the pub where everybody goes to watch Leeds games. And I wasn't there myself, but the Leeds, Dominic Matthew, and I think Noel Whelan and a couple of others were doing stuff there, and it was a great atmosphere. But yeah, the place was packed. And going into the Aviva, I've been to the Aviva loads of times for Ireland games, even Dundalk games, and never a Leeds game. And this was unique. And it was you just look around, 50,000, and the majority of these are Irish. There was a small smattering of AC Milan fans. There was one woman there who said she was with her kids and husband who were Leeds fans. So she was a Man U fan. She couldn't wear anything that was Leeds, so she wore an AC Milan jersey. There was a Harry Kuehl, somebody wearing a Harry Kuehl jersey, which was weird. And this guy wearing a Liverpool and somebody wearing a Man U shirt. What was the point? But anyway, they were small entertainments. They were sacrificed, I think, as the game went on. And it was just I felt so proud just to think this is what people say. Why do you support Leeds? And I think I don't have to justify it anymore because Ireland is Leeds. And lots of lads who I met, your age and younger, in their 20s, and they saying, why do you support Leeds? And it was my dad supported Leeds, so I did. And I think it's just handed down. Those little kids there, everybody. And I think it was such a good day. And the atmosphere was flat at times, but it was a friendly, but marching on together and everything. I think for a chance for people who don't get to go to Leeds, it was a great occasion. So hopefully this is an annual event, because I think the owners must see, they've gone to Sweden, where there's the Scandinavian people, and Ireland, where it's massive. So it was good. And I think the economy of Dublin is well replenished, and Guinness is probably run out in lots of places. But we had a really good time. And I'm back, and I'm tired and emotional. I've only just got back about an hour ago. And Leeds fans everywhere. And it was a good day. And a good sort of strongish finish to there was a game. Strong finish to the pre-season, and we drew 1-1.
Unbeaten, Gerry. Unbeaten. Now that's got to be okay going into a Premier League season, hasn't it? And as Colin says, a great turnout, and good evening to Michael there as well. Let's get into. I just want to talk about AC Milan first, because I didn't realise they finished 8th last year.
Yeah, they're not.
no
Yeah.
European football. There weren't no turnover. There were no mugs yesterday, were there? They're pretty decent
No,
stuff.
they had a few decent players. I must admit, Modric was on the bench. He didn't come on. I'm a bit disappointed that I've never seen him play. But they were playing Chelsea today, so
Yeah.
they're obviously just spreading it all around the squad. But decent team, no mugs.
No.
I suppose we were looking really at our team and thinking, well, what's the team that's going to start today? Is that going to be close to what's starting next week? And I think it will. I'm not sure if the keeper is fully fit yet. I mean, he didn't. Perry played first game. He actually caught a couple of crosses. No fault in the goal. He let one go across the box, and I thought, I think he looked like he knew what he was doing. And at one stage, he did get the ball caught it, and he did throw it to the halfway line. So he didn't do anything wrong. There wasn't much to say. I was hoping for a few more attacks to see what he would do, but he looked strong, looked solid. So I think he'll be okay. I mean, at the back, obviously, Bayol is suspended, so probably Rodon and Strike. Joe Rodon just stepped up. He looks comfortable in this. He's Premiership ready. I think Gunnarsson is good. He's solid again, attack and defend, and I think he's a good buy. Schmidt on the right. I mean, obviously, where Bogle will be the start, but Schmidt, he seemed to be out of position a few times and getting caught. And if Bogle's not fit, I would tend to think I'd start Byron there. But midfield,
that's a big call, that, Gerry. I must agree with that. I don't think Schmidt looked his best yesterday.
No, I don't think he's. And if he's on his way out, I think. But Bogle, I don't think it doesn't sound like Bogle's. He's missed a few games, so whether he's match ready. Midfield is where we're all excited. Stack, what a player! What he is, he was the star of the game. He was in defence. He bringing the ball forward. He was pressing. He was tackling. He's a big bastard as well, big tall fella, and he scored a goal as well. So I think everybody was raving about him, and it's him and Ampadu and one other which will start. Tanaka was in the game, and he worked hard. It's a bit more difficult, but I think he's up to the task. Or will it be Longstaff? And I think that's the decision that'll be made. It's up front, I suppose. We need to strengthen. I think Pirro didn't suit him. He had a couple of chances, but he doesn't play well with his back to goal. Willie was in the game. Dan James played okay, and wholesale changes in the second half. And we got to see everybody. Preseason, you can't just say, we drew and bad results, good result. It's about the game time and fitness and everything else. We changed the team basically second half, and I suppose we got to mention that Jack Harrison comes on to a chorus of boos, and that's very uncomfortable. I know people are uncomfortable. He went to Everton. We were selling him. We give him a big contract. It was Leeds that give it to him, and he went to Everton, say in the Premier League. He had that release clause, and in fairness, I don't think he has a future at Leeds. I think, but if he is, you don't boo players in a Leeds shirt. No, I tell you, I said before, Weston McKennie, I did boo him once because he was a lazy, useless fecker. But Jack, in fairness, he went over to the crowd after and applauded, and he must have wanted to stick two fingers up. And there's a few people around. I thought, no, you don't understand football. So if Jack Harrison is a part to play, just grow up, some Leeds fans, and forget that. But we saw everybody else come on, got a chance. Darrell was on second half. Melia didn't travel, so obviously, as we know, he's out the door.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the whole game was a good workout, a good test. And we had, of course, Shaq here hit the post as well. Shaq, I keep calling him Shaq. Stack hit the post as well. Nemecha, didn't see enough of him really, but again, he looks a big unit. So whether he starts or Pirro, that's the other one. But I think that was pretty much near the team that starts next week. It looks like we're going to be more solid and defensive. We've had 2 seasons of attacking football. We're scoring loads of goals. It ain't going to be like that. We will. I think the 70-minute subs will be more important now than they ever were, because that's hopefully we're holding on games and staying in.
That's what's good so far, isn't it, Gerry? With the business that Leeds have done, we've actually got options off the bench, whether it's Longstaff or Tanaka, whichever midfielders are on the bench or even Harrison as an extent. Gruev, we've got quality on the bench, and we've got options. So, when games do get tired and stretched, you can freshen it up. And if you're chasing something down, you've got options there. With Ramazani, we've still got him. We've got options, which I think, if I'm going to be honest, over the last 2 years, we really haven't had options, have we?
No. The last time we were in the Premier League, we were using players from the under 21s or 23s, wherever they were then, and those players that didn't really come through, and it was a lot to ask for them. We had a small squad, and you do need a big squad. I've had a few beefs on Twitter, whatever, X, whatever they call it, and there was somebody bemoaning Adam Underwood, who's the recruitment guy, saying, "Where is he? Not being seen." This, and I just said, we've signed 7 looks like solid players. Don't make a fool of yourself. And one guy went back 4 years of my tweets to see that I said that Llorente was a good player and Koch was a good player, and I thought, you're just a stalker. At the time they looked good players, but at the 7 solid, nobody knows, but there is more business to be done, and with the transfer window, it could take Isaac at Newcastle to go to Liverpool, and that sets a whole domino effect, and there's lots of movements, and players will be coming out on loan. So there's about 3 or 4 more signs, but you don't always get them all in early. We've done well to get 7 in, and I think it'll go right down to the wire, and we won't really know your team properly until after the first international break.
Yeah,
and
he said that as well, hasn't he? He said that, look, if we're in a position come after the international break, we'll have a good stab at it. But it's clear as day. They still need a little bit of quality in the offensive places. We can all see that. I think Pirot, he's going to have to start against Everton, isn't he? But is he the answer in the short term? Because you've got to, we're up against Everton, Arsenal, and Newcastle. Those are the first 3. I think then it's the international window, isn't it, which kicks in.
We got Fulham.
Fulham and a cup.
No. Fulham's after the international break,
and a cup game, which I'm not really too fussed about, if I'm being honest.
We want to win the cup though this year. I'm always excited. To see who we draw. New ground. There's always a chance of a new ground. Yeah. Apparently, as I said to some of my mates who were Leicester and Sheffield fans, I see you lot have started already. That's really nice. Hope you have a nice time. We're all Sheffield United. But anyway, that's we don't care about the championship for now. I think these first 3 games, you start bargaining with yourself. What would you take points wise from the first 3 games? I think if we got 4 points, that'd snap your hand off. And I think players like Pirot, he scores a goal. Confidence, he's on the streak. I think an early victory against Everton, and Everton have been, the Dewsbury Halls come in, and there's talk about Grealish and what have you. They're not going to be as poor as they were before. But we got to get some points on the board but we got to be patient. It could, we could lose 2 games out of this lot and end up with a point from 3, but we have to be patient because it's going to be tough. But it's exciting though, isn't it? Next Monday night at Elland Road, and then that's when you will feel it.
Under the lights as well. It's special, isn't it?
But what this weekend taught me was this is a special club, and I think to get that sort of support, someone will say Liverpool and Manchester United would get that in Dublin, possibly, but it's not that we, as I said to a few people, it's not that we're glory hunters, are we? Because we've had a few badges, but that undercurrents there, and I think that was. I was quite proud of my country this weekend. It was really good and good crack. And I had a good weekend with me Leeds family and my Dundalk family, and I'm quite happy now. I'm bloody knackered and need to sleep and need to do some healthy eating. I don't think I'm the only one.
Detox ready for a week tomorrow, Gerry.
Yeah, I'm not a massive drinker, but what can you do? I was in the bar I go to in town, in Dundalk, I call it town. I hadn't even finished a pint, and there was another in front of me, and he says, "Well, I knew you were going to order one, so I might as well get ready." These guys pouring pints, they are skillful. The way they handled the crowd yesterday in the pub. We were in the pub called the Waterloo, if anybody was in there. Thanks to people who come up and said they recognised it from the podcast. That was really good. I was quite chuffed with that. I still get chuffed about that.
We're quite big in Ireland, by the way. We're quite big over there. We get a few thousand a week downloads over there.
Well, I'm quite famous. I've been on Strictly Come Dancing over there. I have no habit.
Fantastic. But there's lots of talking points in that. I think Stack, as you said earlier, is one hell of a player. I'm looking forward to seeing him, and the way what I was quite impressed with him yesterday, the way he drives forward through that midfield, I think is quite impressive. And that was some finish. It was sweet as a nut, that finish for his goal, and on corners as well. Do you know what, Gerry? This year, I'm expecting Leeds to actually have a go at corners and free kicks.
Well, we got a few big players now, so I'm still going to stick with Joe Rodon for first goal every game. Although he's cost me a fortune, I think he's got to get on the end of something. That's my only problem this year with Joe Rodon and Shaq. They look Stack. They look. I can't tell the difference. They look very similar in gait and height, and the way they both tear forward, but. Stack is he's going to be a quality. He's definitely quality, and we've seen it in a few games now. I'm really looking forward to seeing. There was one when Sean Longstaff came on. There was one ball came out of the air and he just killed it dead as well, and everybody appreciated that. Brendan came on. He buzzed around a bit. Dan James isn't quite firing yet, but he's had a few injuries. But if our keeper gets a few long not kicks, a few long punches or volleyball hits, he'll could run straight onto those. So we might have a bit of that. Well, one thing at the airport, the planes were delayed today because as we were flying out, the ball from Mo Salah's penalty was affecting air traffic control. I haven't seen it, but apparently it was a bad one. That was great for Palace. I'm delighted for Palace. It's good. It's good to see.
I was watching that and I was chipping between Leicester and Sheffield Wednesday. Today. I thought, I don't miss the Championship.
Barry Bannon got sent off, didn't he?
Have you seen his hair, Gerry? The guy's had a hair transplant. It's been a turkey. I'm telling you.
No, has he had another one? Because the first one didn't work.
Well, he's had another one, and he's clearly got a lot more hair than when we played him at Ellen Road, because he literally is hanging on by a thread.
You got to give the guy credit though, because Sheffield Wednesday are a basket case, and he's sticking with them. He probably could have walked and everything. So, rivalry aside, you don't want to see clubs Sheffield and Morecambe and clubs to go under. It's not. We've been there a few times. Even me team Dundalk are struggling at the moment, and it's about the fans and the heartbeat and everything. So hopefully Sheffield can pull out of this. But I would have loved if they'd beaten Leicester. That would have been quite funny. But that aside, you look at teams like Liverpool, and you look at the players they've got, and you look at Man City. These teams, they're a different league. They're just bonuses, to what we want to get off them.
Absolute bonus, isn't it? Yeah. Speaking of Sheffield Wednesday, Liam Cooper apparently has been training with Sheffield Wednesday.
Has he?
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, unconfirmed, but it looks like he could be going there once the embargo's lifted.
He would be a decent signing for them, I think, in the current predicament. And you need characters like that. But as I said, it's just for us to watch from a distance. We're Premier League. Apparently, there's new goalkeeping rules coming in, isn't there? About the time you can hold on to a ball. I think you're only allowed 8 seconds. It used to be a 6-second rule, which was forgotten about. So, and if they hold on to it too long, it's going to be a corner. How many times do you think that will be implemented? I think it'll be one of those rules that someone would be afraid. But I'd love to see that.
Was it last week? It was one of the League One games last weekend, and the referee signalled. I think it was Cardiff.
Yeah.
Whoever's on the front. Anyway, it was Luton. I think it was Luton, and the goalkeeper signalled because Sky picked up on it, and they signalled 8 seconds to go. 3 seconds.
Right.
So they do seem to be on it, do the referees? But we'll see what happens in the Premier.
Jordan Pickford's going to concede a lot of corners, then, isn't he? I think it'd be good. I think the speed. So that time wasting is ridiculous.
Yeah, waste of time. But we're looking forward to it. So an unbeaten start for Leeds, Gerry. 1-1 in Dublin. We're getting ready for next week against Everton. What do you think? How do you think this one's going to go, Gerry? Because Everton, Moyes has already got his excuses out. I watched them they played in the. Who did they play against now? They played Bournemouth.
Was it Roma?
No, when they were in America.
All right.
One of those. It was boring anyway. I think it was Manchester United actually, and they looked awful. I watched the first half and switched it off.
Now pre-season games are yeah, even ours were a bit turgid as well. But no, the real stuff is back now. And I noticed Michael there is talking about our classic games against Liverpool. I still call it the Charity Shield as well. It's the Charity Shield. And when Billy Brown, it was Johnny Giles punched Kevin Keegan, and I think he got a telling off for it. Did he get booked? And Billy Bremner got sent off, and he banned for 10 games. And then we beat them 4-3 in '92, and those are the only 2 times we scored goals at Wembley since the 70s, since 1972. So when we win the FA Cup next this season, then we can arrest that. But again, it's glorified friendly.
Stripped it off. It is a glorified friendly, isn't it? I watched, Palace against Liverpool, straight to a penalty shootout. You think, come on now. What's the point? 30 minutes isn't going to harm anybody. It's the start of the season. Crying out for it.
Sometimes extra time, you sometimes think, it's a waste of time. Maybe they should just go straight to penalties. So then teams would play for penalties, wouldn't they? So that's again that'll be cup competitions, and we'll only be playing 2 games in the cup, don't we? We're usually knocked out in the first round. But yeah, that's all set for Everton. We'll at least by next Sunday night we won't be bottom of the table, will we? We'll be mid-table on alphabetical order with 0 goal difference. But Monday night, it's a good game for Sky to pick, actually, because it will be buzzing. And getting tickets for these games now is hard work. And for away tickets, I was talking to a few people yesterday, and they're saying it's really getting more complicated and difficult. But unfortunately, 20 doesn't win to 1, and there's disappointed people everywhere, and it's really people want to watch Leeds. Hey, it's not that long ago there used to be lots of empty seats at Ellen Road, and you could just roll up and get a ticket. So it's good. So we're rife to stay in the Premier League, extend the ground, and build on this. And let's start next week. And if we can get off to a winning start, that'll be incredible. And get a few more signs. And someone like Pirro score a goal. Let's get Willie and Dan James motoring. Let's see our midfield dominate. And Joe Rodon maybe get first goal from a corner. And our keeper take catches. It could be a different season for us all round.
And a keeper who can punch the ball to the halfway line as well. Let's not forget that.
He is a big unit. I'll give him that. He is a big unit. Yeah. So great to see all those. Yeah, great to see all those Irish fans there yesterday, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. And it was a great treat. And yes, we go again. I feel as if I could do it another month off because it's come around a wee bit too quick.
Gerry.
You're ready
I'm ready for it now. I'm ready for it. Watching that yesterday, and now I can't wait to get down, walk through the Ginnell or the Snicket down to Lowfields and just take it over again. I can't.
Well, I've got pressing issues at the moment. I've got a wasp's nest outside the door here. I've been getting attacked to come under the slates, and so I've got to. At least it gives me a chance to do my rugby joke to say I've wasps got a B team. That's me. That's my joke. Yeah. It's you can have that one. But that's what's pressing me this week so far. But as the week goes on, we're all scouring social media. There's not even been a hint of any signings at the moment. We're not really linked at the moment. So
it's like what Jan said there. Hope some players come in this week. That silence is golden. Look, I think they've done some good business so far. Yeah. We've had some outgoings. I think it's the outgoings which I'm interested in. Gelhardt's gone, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to where's Bamford going to go. Mellier's clearly out the door, but who the hell's going to take these? How are they going to get out the door? I think there's some
Greenwood.
outgoings.
I think. Yeah, Sam Greenwood's Matteo Joseph's gone on loan to Mallorca, so that'd be nice. Wouldn't mind going on loan to Mallorca. Be nice, wouldn't it?
Nice beaches.
I'd take that. Yeah. He's blood his copybook really the way he's done it. And the way, even his message was a bit barbed. And I thought, come on, you're a young lad. You've got talent. It didn't really go for you last year. And you didn't do enough really to be getting a regular start. You were the first choice last year, and it's. Hopefully he'll go out there and score a few goals and we can get a few quid back on them. I suppose that's the way it works these days. I say players to go. Joffrey, I'd have loved Joffrey to make it through, and it's never really been the right place at the right time. He's a talented lad, and I really hope he does well. Lord Bamford, who knows? Who knows where he's going to end? It could be MLS, Saudi. I don't want him to go to Rangers, Wrexham. Who's going to pay his wages? Borough's been mentioned. West Brom, somebody said.
This is the thing as well, Gerry. A lot of Leeds fans don't realise that they're now on Premier League wages. Last year they weren't. Well, last season. Now they are. Bamford's on a very big wage at Leeds. And for him to go, he's going to want something similar.
There's a point from Wayne. He's possibly right on Bamford. They might have to just tear up the contract, pay him off. And I suppose for all concerned, I'm sure there's negotiation. I'm not sure how that always works. But as long as these players don't come back to haunt us, that's what I always worry about. Bamford went to Sunderland or something, and then started by, you think, that would hurt. That would hurt. Sunderland, they're going to be a very interesting case this year to see all the players they've signed. Granit Xhaka being probably the marquee, and you think, what have they got to do a lot more? Because maybe their defence, they've got a lot of untried players. They've spent a lot of money. Burnley they bought 42-year-old Cal Walker, and there's strange signings. You could just click. You just don't know. It's really. I'm looking at Brentford. I think everybody's looking at Brentford as the team that's had the biggest turnover. They've lost the two strikers, Norgard in the middle, the manager. You think Wolves are losing a few players in that. So we're just looking at those. Where are these three teams? West Ham haven't done much, but Graham Potter's canny enough. So we just got to see. But there's going to be. We know the teams that'll be in the top 6 or 7, and it's a matter of us hoping that we're on their coattails. Forest have got Europe. Will it be too much? But again, they're spending money. All these questions to be answered, but we just got to look after ourselves.
Absolutely.
So is Jack Harrison on 90k a week? I don't think so. Is he?
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, again, if he is, no wonder nobody's taking him on. Yeah, but
this is the thing, and that's what a lot of people don't realise. You said, "I'll just bin them off." Ultimately, these players, they've got mortgages to pay. They've got bills. So I'm not going to get the violin out because they're in a lot of money. But they have to go where it's going to. They can't just say, "All right, I'll take a 90% pay cut and go play for Wrexham or whatever." It just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. It's got to be right for them, right for us.
We've got a little hidden gem that somebody's mentioned, but Harry Gray. He's not going to have a big influence, but I think he's going to pop up now and again and do something. I think he'll be our secret weapon. Not much, but he won't be doing much because he's too young. But I think he's got the confidence, hasn't he, to go out and do stuff. Yeah. And Johnny Howson will get a game this season. I want to see Johnny Howson get one first team game just because.
You've got to give him credit. I don't know if you saw online, Johnny Howson. They were playing the under-21s were playing at Lancaster, I think, and it was over the last one. Taking selfies and signing out speaking to the fans. So well done, Johnny Howson. Well on you, sir. Well,
he's a great influence for under-23s because he's still a player. It's not that he's retired and come back. He was one of Borough's influential players last year, and so I'm not saying he's part, but I'm hoping. I'd just love to see him back. It'd be great, just for a game, just to remember. And as I said before,
he could win the EFL trophy with us.
Yes. We're in a lot of different trophies. There's the European one. There's the secret one that nobody talks about. There's the one we won last year. I think, as I say, I think I said this before. Get Snodgrass, get Becchio, get Beckford back. Just because the left when they shouldn't, and let's get them back for one game. We have a slot every week, I think, for one of these players. Oh, the other thing, talking about slots for players, the most sickening thing I've seen this week is squad numbers. If we say squad numbers, number 17 for Ipswich, Ed Sheeran. I thought, just piss off. Oh God, that is just.
Actually, speaking of Ipswich, Gerry, I don't know if you heard this. Leif Davis has been linked with a move somewhere. We sold him for £1 million. He's been linked with a 35 million quid move to someone in the Premier League. They've been linked.
He's not worth 35 million quid.
What the funny thing is, somebody was slating Victor Orta for it. It's quite funny.
I always thought Leif Davis was. We let him go too quick in the championship.
Yeah,
And
Forest
when he was at
Forest
Ipswich, he was brilliant. But last year he got found out a bit in the Premier League, so he's probably a championship player. But 35 million, that would be mad, wouldn't it? I don't see that. So,
but it could be a stroke of genius. Victor Orta could have slapped a nice 10-25% salon clause on you. Never know.
No, we probably haven't. We probably have to pay money, knowing that the way we done our contracts, pay money for someone when they're sold, we owe them money. That's what it always works out. Never mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Good stuff, Gerry. We'll be back then, won't we, for this season? I'm looking forward to it. You're going to be back. We're going to be back after every Leeds game. We're looking forward to the season. We might be mourning, we might be crying, we might be laughing, we might be joyous. Who knows? That's what the Premier League brings Leeds fans.
10 wins. 10 wins is what we need. 10 wins, smattering of draws. So that means we could lose half our games. Yeah, and we got to be prepared for that to stay up. But once we're got 30, 35 points, should be enough. It sounds easy when you say it.
It sounds very easy, Gerry.
Should be. Could be.
If we start on Monday though, we only need 9 more.
Yeah, get the points on the board. That's the thing.
Get the points on the bloody board, Leeds, and just for once in your life, make it. We did it easy last. Well, we didn't do it easy. We were crying, weren't we, halfway through the season? That was all going to fall apart. But let's just get the job done.
Well, I'm going to go to bed now because I've had a long day. It's only a 35-minute flight from Liverpool, but everything else in between was busy. 2 Irish breakfasts, bad food, lots of drink, and I'm tired, so I need a wee rest up until next week. But £10 for the programme yesterday as well. Oh, it's not cheap in Dublin. No, they're not stupid.
I saw some Leeds fans who put their beer. I think they got like 10 Guinnesses or something, €120 apparently.
Yeah,
something like
well,
that.
we were. It wasn't too bad. There was a pub called the Waterloo, and I always go there, and they were very good. We didn't feel too ripped off. No, it's just people keep playing you with pints when I'm home, and that's not good. And the other thing, when I'm home as well, I got used to my family calling me Gerard, and it's very, very weird, Gerard. So nobody ever called me that. Okay.
No, we won't. Yeah. Right. Cheers, Gerry. Go and get some rest, and we will see you hopefully next week with results against Everton.
2-0. 2-0 win. Yeah,
2-0. I'll go 4-0. 4-0.
4-0. Yes.
Cheers, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.
Good night.